If you're passionate about something, people will be drawn towards you. And when you understand your own passion, people will feed from it in each of these different facets of life. If you're not passionate about their dreams, how do you expect to be passionate about your own? You're healthy, you're looking after your mind, you're providing for all your loved ones as best as you can. You can be passionate about something for years and never receive the fruits of your labour. It's one of the best ways that you can start your day to show up as the passionate being that you are. Hello and thank you for joining me. This is the 4th episode of Pat Nash talking to a camera raw without any script or preconceived idea of what I'm talking about. But something I would like to talk about today is passion, the nature of passion. And passion is something that has always filled me. Passion is the driver to my ambitious goals, to the things that I want to be creating in life, to the way I want to show up and help people feel the best that they can, to help drive them towards their own ambitions and to reach their own goals. Passion is something that I am so passionate about. Passion always has this back end, this stigma of being able to achieve anything. And it's not wrong. You know, it may not appear in the ways you expected it to. You can be passionate about something for years and never receive the fruits of your labour. Maybe not never, but maybe at a time that you just did not expect. But the secret is to never stop being passionate, to never stop chasing those desires. Because ultimately, one day, you will be an influence to all of those around you. You will receive the fruits of your labour, and you're going to guide people into receiving their own. A passionate soul is so infectious. It's magnetic. If you're passionate about something, people will be drawn towards you, and you'll be able to uplift them in ways that they didn't even know possible. They may have not had goals. They may not have understood what a goal was in their life. They may not have been able to put a name on these ambitious goals that they've been striving toward for years. And this is a key concept in chasing your desires. So desires can be seen in a way that's not so positive, in a very negative way. You know, you can have the desires of bad distractions, the desires of chasing relationships that don't help you progress as a person. They may be pulling you back from chasing your highest reality. Desires, negative desires, could also be falling into the trap of anything but sobriety, perhaps. This is a big trap for a lot of people. Addiction. And it's not the easiest trap to get out of. This is still a desire for gambling perhaps. And don't get me wrong, there are many successful people out there, successful gamblers, that are extremely passionate about their gambling. And through this particular passion, they've received an incredible amount of fruits from their tree. Now, I'm not saying to be passionate about gambling, go out there, gamble, and just hope that the things will unravel for you in a very positive way. That's certainly not what I'm saying. I don't encourage gambling whatsoever. If gambling is something that's a negative or a distraction in your life, there are many people out there that can help. And the other side of gambling is usually a much lighter place to be for your own emotional capacities. And sometimes it's about redirecting these desires. So let's stick with gambling. Perhaps we're looking to redirect this particular desire. We want to pull the passion from this one negative desire, and we want to put the passion into something deeper, more positive, and more fruitful for our higher self. This could look like drawing. You did a lot of drawing as a kid. And as you got older, as you were conditioned into the way of living as an adult, you forgot about what sort of fruits drawing brought to you. It could be knitting. It could be driving race cars. I don't know. But your passion needs to be directed in a way that suits your highest desires, your highest positive desires. And when you understand your own passion, people will feed from it in each of these different facets of life. And it is one of the most rewarding things to be. If you're a very passionate person and you're healthy, you're looking after your mind, you're providing for all your loved ones as best as you can. It may not be in the sense of money. You may not have much money, but you do not need money to be a provider. You do not need money to be a passionate provider to those that you love. What you can do is show up passionately every single day. You can uplift them with all the love that you have to give. This may look like brushing their hair when they don't ask you to. This may look like feeding them a hot chip as passionately as you can. But hey, passion runs deep and differently for everyone. So think about how your passion runs through your own veins. How are you going to find this passion if you don't already have it? And here's one very simple way. Regulate your nervous system. If you have a well-regulated nervous system, you have given your body, mind, the chance to find a deeper passion within. It may even reveal shadows from your past and your deeper self, your unconscious mind, that you will need to face. And by taking this passion, this deep passion toward achieving a desire, getting through these shadows will always bring you to a lighter side of life. Without light, we don't have shadows. Without the black, there's no white. This is the way the universe works. So think about your passions. Think about what you can do today to regulate your nervous system to give your body and mind the greatest chance to achieve a passionate future and life, where you can provide for your family and yourself, and those around you. It doesn't stop there. You can be passionate to strangers. You may be walking down the street, and you see someone's projecting a rather negative energy. They may be sitting on a bench, looking rather unhappy. A passionate compliment could be the one thing that cheers them up. It doesn't take a lot to be kind. You could be walking through the aisles of a supermarket. You see an old lady. She's struggling to reach the top shelf. You grab that thing for her. And you tell her, "My God, this cake mix right here, this is a fantastic cake mix. I love your style. I love your taste." And something I learned very early was that sometimes these interactions, these passionate, compassionate, and kind interactions Maybe the only interaction this person has throughout their day. So be the light to their darkness. Be the soul that can provide this uplifting energy when theirs may be depleted for a numerous amount of reasons. We don't need to delve into those reasons or into people's pasts to notice that not everyone can be happy all the time. Just like there being shadows to a light or black to the white, there is happy and sad. Expressing these emotions is essential to being human. To be a human willing of understanding another's emotions. And within these emotions, of course, we come back to passion. You can be a passionate lover. You can be a passionate person that provides space for people going through a delicate time in their life. And sometimes that's all they need. Someone to hold space. So let's go back to the nervous system. Slight tangent there. Let's bring it back. One incredible way to regulate your nervous system is, of course, breathing. And this is something I've noticed a lot of people discover and then suddenly become passionate about. When I went to India in 2025, I did a 200-hour yoga course which covered all pranayama techniques on a fundamental level. The very foundational understanding of how these pranayama techniques work and regulate the nervous system, breathing from the diaphragm, and understanding how they hold a lot of influence throughout your day. And it's one of the best ways you can start your own day. It's one of the best ways that you can start your day to show up as the passionate being that you are, to uplift everyone around you. So one of these techniques, first of all, we want to understand that there are breathing techniques to warm the body and to cool the body. So one of these techniques is about balance. And what we're going to do is we're going to hold our hands out like this. We're going to put our ring finger down. Sorry, my bad. Let's do this. We're going to hold up our three fingers, put our pointing finger down, and we're going to cover one nostril. And then we're going to breathe in. 4 counts. Hold in for 4 counts. Cover our left nostril, release our right, and exhale through the other nostril. And we're going to repeat once again. And switch nostrils. This pranayama technique is called Anulom Vilom, and it's an essential in finding balance between the heat and the cool. So, when you're feeling this particular imbalance, this is an incredible technique to use yourself. Feel free to delve deeper. There are many videos on YouTube, for example, that will help explain how to do this technique. You can do this 5 to 10 times, then pause, a few natural breaths, and then go again for another set. You may do a few breathing techniques that warm the system, followed by Anulom Vilom, and then something to cool the system. Now, let's come back to passion, because now that you've regulated your system, it's time to get out there and be the passionate being, the magnet, this beautiful soul that is ready to magnetize other energies your way so that you can provide a passion and encourage others to achieve their desires, their goals, their dreams. Because if you're not passionate about their dreams, how do you expect to be passionate about your own? It's about understanding who you are. And it's a huge level up in life when you can celebrate other people's wins as well as your own. When you can encourage people to smash through the glass ceilings. Because if you're aiming for the stars and you land on the moon, it doesn't matter. You've still tried as hard as you can to reach for the highest that you possibly can. You've set the bar as high as you can, and you're so damn passionate about hitting that bar that it doesn't matter if you fall short, because you're going to try again. So, passion runs deep in me. Desire runs deep in me. I'm very passionate about making these videos and understanding a bit more about myself and how I can master my own communication to connect with others and build my own community. And it starts with this. Hey, I may talk about passion again in the future, and I may cover it in a much more conventional and passionate way that's more understanding to others. But for now, I'm going to leave you with this. We've done a little bit of an allom-vilom breathing technique. For now, we're just going to take 3 deep breaths and just say a few words with our eyes closed. So, inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. May we all walk out and venture into the world as the most passionate selves that we can possibly be, to encourage others to reach for the stars, land on the moon and achieve their highest dreams and desires. To let nature take its course. To let passion drive us through the tough times and find fruits in reaching for the incredible moments that may be on the other side of hardship. May we bond together in understanding one another's tastes and different desires, and encourage one another in a passionate way to go down a healthy and wise path that is able to sustain one another in a bright, light and positive manner. When hate comes your way, receive it with love. When debate consumes you, react with love. We are all a reflection of what we put out into the world. So make sure that you're putting out the best, most genuine, authentic and truthful self that the passionate you can be. Thank you all once again for joining me. I'm Pat. This was episode 4 of me talking to the camera raw, and I'm so excited to see you again next time. If you made it this far, I appreciate you. To the moon and back, to the stars and back to the moon. Whatever. Until then, have a beautiful week. Love you all. Goodbye.